Spredeman. Tic-tac. Along the outside wall. Tony, push shot attempt, blocked away by Goot. Goot's not going to let him have that. Tony's going to have to set it up in snake position. Quick clearing effort. It's up on the 5 again. Tony Spredeman, and generally that means it's going to be on the 3 momentarily, and it is once again. Spredeman looks for a 4-2 lead. Walks it around, then fires it home to that far side. Goot came off that far hole with a man. He slaps himself in the hand saying it shouldn't have come off of there. He reacted instead of thought.
And it's one of the strengths that Goot has back there. He doesn't normally fall for those little hitches and fakes and things like that. He just tries to maintain his defense. But
Pfleiderer coming right back. Don has been looking long just about every time. Tried to go straight here, didn't execute it. Goot keeps it out and holds it in his area.
No table fees for this draw. $10 gets you in.
And Spredeman now with a chance to close out the game, and he does. Game number 2 goes to Tony Spredeman and Brandon Moreland. They lead 2-0. Don Pfleiderer, Philip Gootee finding themselves down. Tony Spredeman and Brandon Moreland up 2-0 as we open up game 3. Pfleiderer now with the first scoring opportunity of this 3rd game. Pfleiderer taking a lot of time here. Finally gets the ball set. Shot attempt taken away by Moreland.
Normally, if you can help it, you'd like to take more time looking at the defense and setting up the shot.
Unless you're Tony Spredeman.
Unless you're Tony Spredeman,
who fires that one home. And Tony and Brandon now up 1-0 here in this 3rd game.
Tony really is. It's just an amazing, the unique player that he is. The style that he plays and the tools that he possesses.
The skill set is phenomenal, unquestionably. Here he is from front pin position, firing it home. It's 2-0, and it's the Tony Spredeman show right now.
We haven't seen him play this well, really, for quite a while.
Been a while. Did play well in Texas this year in several matches, then didn't play all that well in others, but every match we've seen him here this weekend, he has been great. And if he continues to play like this, he is going to triple here this weekend. And Pfleiderer strokes home that long pull shot. It's 2-1. And Philip Gootee to the forward position. Pfleiderer to goal as Spredeman puts it into play.
And I can almost guarantee you if Goot gets a block, they're going to switch.
Quick shot attempt taken away by Pfleiderer. Then Pfleiderer clears the zone, grabbed by Goot. Let's see if Phil's going to shoot the ball as he sets it up in pull shot position. And we'll go ahead and call timeout. I could see it if he was going to shoot a snake shot or a push kick. But if he's going to shoot a pull shot, go ahead and bring your pull shooter up there. The guy's been playing forward for you all weekend. And
I mean, Goot's got a good pull shot, but Don's at least warmed up right now.
So Pfleiderer back to forward, touches 2 men, putting the ball back into play. Trailing 2-1 here in the 3rd game, down 2-0. And there's Moreland to take it away. Here's Gootee. Phil setting it up on the near side, now takes it across to that far goal line. Full kick effort, rattles towards the goal. We're just grabbed by Brandon Moreland. Spredeman and Moreland playing with tremendous confidence right now. Shot down the middle by Moreland on goal, rebounded by Goot.
I think Brandon Moreland has really kind of recommitted himself to practice, coming with Worlds coming up. He knows the responsibility that he has playing with Tony Spredeman, because Tony, again, he's all out all the time, and he knows that he's going to have to be at his best.
Yep.
And when Brandon Moreland is at his best, he's a very, very good player.
And they should do very well in Las Vegas later this month, no question about it. Should be one of the 5 favorites, I would have to think. Especially if Spredeman continues to play in this fashion. Tony having a look at things, then hammers that wall pass. Spredeman. Stokes it home to that near side. Phil Gootee getting a little frustrated back there.
Well, there's been very, very little resistance in front of Tony Spredeman either on his 5 or his 3, pretty much through the whole match.
Pfleiderer loves that lane wall series, goes through the lane here. Donnie will bring it across, setting it up in pull shot position. A big shot right here, trying to keep his team's hopes alive as he sets it up in that pull shot position, shooting against Brandon Moreland. Pfleiderer. Everything's been long for him so far, and a really nice shot there as he strokes home that pull shot. It's 3-2. Gootee to forward, Pfleiderer to goal. Tony in the tic-tac, through the lane, has a look at that pull kick, and he'll now set it up in snake shot position. Walk it around, blocked away, comes back to Tony on the 5, spurts back to Gootee, had a chance to grab it, couldn't do so.
Yeah, Gootee is one of the real few pure goalies left playing. You'll rarely see him playing forward.
Had a great hustling save by Moreland, who eventually does clear the zone where it's grabbed by Pfleiderer. Don with a decent 2-row back there, shoots the ball pretty well.
He's got a very deep push shot. He can rip that ball real well.
Grabbed by Gootee on the 5, and he's going to call timeout, bring Don Pfleiderer back to that forward position. So Pfleiderer back into his familiar forward position, puts the ball back into play with possession on the 5-row, now on the 3 as he goes along that inner wall with an opportunity now to tie this third game up at 3 points apiece. Pfleiderer from Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota. Tried to stroke that long, there's Moreland. Pfleiderer's going to need more than his long pull shot, though. Going to need to begin to hit some of those inside holes to keep his team alive here, because Moreland, realizing by now that Pfleiderer's shooting the ball to that long hole 98% of the time.
Yeah. If you looked at the last couple of possessions, Brandon is definitely leaving it straight there. But Don's he's got to sit on it. He's got to wait.
Again. Another chance for Don to tie it at 3. Let's see what he does here. Does find that straight hole. A good call, a good shot, and it's now 3-3. Here's Spredeman. Tony. Try to go along the wall. Pfleiderer got a piece of it. Squirts through. There's Spredeman to fire it home. It's 4-3. It is match point. With Brandon Moreland now moving to forward. Tony Spredeman to goal. An interesting switch here as Pfleiderer puts it into play.
I'd be curious as to why they did that, but for the most part, I'm not going to really question too much why these guys do things, because they're a lot more successful than I ever was on this table.
That's our job, though, Brett Anderson.
Yeah, that's right.
Pfleiderer now looking to even it up at 4 here in Game 3. They did not have a timeout remaining. He's shooting against Tony Spredeman. Pfleiderer tried to stroke the long, knocked down by Spredeman. Tony tried to keep it in his area, couldn't do so. Comes back to Don. And again, Spredeman there defensively. Tony is a very good defensive goalie. Somewhat unorthodox offensively, but does have a good push shot, which he likes to show off. Likes to get that long and square it off. But gonna call timeout, bring Moreland back to his familiar. All right, here we go. Moreland putting the ball back into play, leading 4-3. Here in game number 3, up 2 games to nothing. That ball hops down the table where it's grabbed by Philip Gootee. Gootee shot attempt blocked by Spredeman, comes back to him. Spredeman. Moreland will go to Gootee. Into the air and off the team.
Good rule of thumb on that one is simply whoever had the last controlled possession of the ball.
And a chance now for Spredeman to put it away. Tony shooting against Philip Gootee. Walks it around and fires it home. So Tony Spredeman and Brandon Moreland defeat Philip Gootee and Don Pfleiderer in the semifinals to advance to the winners bracket final.